Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of my tutorial. So as I was saying before, this time we're gonna commence with installing VROPS operations. So we're gonna first choose the username here, or the VM name, and then we need to select the database. So mine is just data center. Then you need to select the cluster. For me it's just new cluster, because that's how it's called. And then you would need to select host, and here is where we have like some problems, because I don't have any hosts here. And if we go here to my actually inventory, as you can see I have a data center and new cluster, but I didn't create the host. And if I want to add the host, because we are adding the host as a host, we are adding the ESXi. So let's try that, although if I remember correctly it won't be added because I have ESXi host version 8 and I have Vcenter server appliance version 7. It's not gonna work like that. So there's a high probability that we're gonna have to upgrade the whole Vcenter server appliance to version 8. I'm gonna go back once again. Okay, so again the host. Let's check. Okay, so as you all can see, I have received this kind of warning, so that the Vcenter does not support host of this type. So if I have an ESXi host version 8, it won't correspond with Vcenter server version 7, so I'm not able to add hosts. So if I'm not able to add a host, I won't be able to commence with the vRealize operations installation process. So for now we'll need to skip this process, and we're gonna commence with the upgrade of Vcenter server. We're gonna upgrade it to version 8, and after that we're just gonna install VROPS. So let's skip this for now. So here I have the newest install of Vcenter server version 8. Let's mount it. It's very straightforward and very easy. It's basically like last time when I showed you the installation of the whole Vcenter server appliance. So we need to go here, then we're gonna pick Windows 32. From here we're gonna pick the installer, of course, but this time instead of installing everything, we're gonna choose the upgrade option. So we're gonna commence with the upgrade. The installer will upgrade the Vcenter server appliance to version 8. So now we're gonna put in the IP address of Vcenter server appliance, connect to the source, So here we're gonna put our IP address of our ESXi host. And of course the credentials. So here's our server appliance, and here is our ESXi host. And now we're gonna again put the ESXi host IP address here. And here we're gonna choose the name of our new Vcenter server. Okay, of course choosing new credentials. Here we're gonna of course pick again the tiny installation. So before for Vcenter server 7 we had like 12 gigs of memory, and here we have 14, so I changed it a little bit in my ESXi host, because I had 12 before, so I changed it to 14 gigs of RAM, and I added an additional storage data store. So I'm gonna pick the main two. This is the second data store I have added, and here we're gonna put all the things regarding our installation. So there is gonna be a temporary IP address where the product is gonna be unpacked, and then it's gonna be from there it's gonna be upgraded to the Vcenter server appliance at your IP address. So first we're gonna supply this temporary IP address. And here is the whole summary of everything. So this is my source, my vCenter server source. This is my ESXi host. This is the name of my new VM. This is how big the deployment is gonna be, how big the storage is gonna be, storage size, which data store is it gonna be installed on, what kind of IP settings I chose for it. So it's gonna be a static IP address. This is the temporary IP address that the installation is gonna be unpacked to, and then from there it's gonna be upgraded to here. And of course all the network things regarding my gateway DNS servers and so on and so on. So let's commence with the install. Since this installation is gonna take some time, I'm just gonna pause the video and I'm gonna unpause it when the first stage of this installation of this upgrade is gonna be completed. So there we go. Upgrade stage 1 deployment. So I will see you at the end of this line. Okay, so the stage 1 of the upgrade is completed. As you can see, you can enter the Vcenter server management interface at this IP address. So the temporary IP address that I have chosen. Now let's continue. And now loading stage 2. So Now let's commence with the stage 2 of the upgrade. So pre-upgrade checks in progress. I will just close this for now. So root credentials for the appliance. Okay. So let's check. Okay, so the pre-upgrade checks results. We have some warnings here. Okay, so now we're gonna select the upgrade data. I'm gonna go with the first option, which is configuration and inventory. And this is how it looks actually. So we got our source Vcenter server, Vcenter 7. Then we have the target Vcenter server, which is the one that we're gonna be pulling the upgrade from. Upgrade data, so the data that is gonna be upgraded to my original Vcenter server. Okay, so let's take this as well. And now we're gonna finish. And there we have the warning that the vCenter will be shut down once the network configuration is activated on our destination. So let's proceed. And as previously, I'm gonna pause the video now. I'm gonna just let it run for a while. And when it finishes, I'm gonna unpause it again. Alright, so the upgrade process has been completed. Stage 2 has been completed as well. So I think we can actually close down everything now. And I will refresh the site. So now we are in our Vcenter. Let's check. And here is our version. So we have upgraded to version 8. So our Vcenter appliance has been upgraded to version 8. And now let's try to go to data center and add a host. I'm gonna pick the IP address of my ESXi host, credentials, okay, host summary. I got only evaluation license at this moment. Lockdown mode I'm gonna choose for now disabled. So if it goes to lockdown mode, you need to bear in mind that this is actually setting up your Vcenter server security. So if you take like the normal option, the host will be accessible only through the local console or Vcenter server. If you choose the strict option, the host is accessible only through Vcenter server. The direct console UI service is stopped. So if something happens to the Vcenter server, then you're gonna have a big problem because you won't be able to go in any other way. So just bear in mind that strict option is maybe it's the most secure option, but at the same time it's also a bit risky to close all the doors. Okay, so we're gonna do data center. Now we only need to wait till it actually connects to our ESXi host. So it's now retrieving the data. And the host has been connected, and as you can see we have the previous install version of our Vcenter, so the version 7, and the newest one that is actually running, so Vcenter 8. And this one is of course powered off, so I will actually delete this because we won't be using it anymore. Well, we're only gonna be using this Vcenter 8. Right, so we have upgraded our Vcenter server. Now we can actually go to realize operations. And from here we can choose the install option, online install, vCenter IP address, username, I'm gonna test the connection, next. And now we're gonna choose our VM name again, so VROPS, data center, cluster, new cluster. Okay, so after installing VROPS, we can actually check it out here. So as you can see, another virtual machine has been created. So if we go here to VROPS operations, as you can see, it says that it is not present. It's because it's not configured. So the virtual machine is running. We can check it in the inventory, but you cannot actually connect to your vCenter server through here because it's still not configured there. The configuration has been not completed. So first of all, if you do the install how I showed you, using the online option, you can come across two different errors that I came across. First one, when this was installed and it started running, I could not log into root account, so I couldn't log in here with my root credentials, and I couldn't log in with my admin account, because if you actually input the address of the VROPS here, we got Realize Operations Manager, and here I should be able to, I'm logging into the admin panel, so I should be able to log in as admin. Of course, I am able to log in now, because I have actually changed my admin password. That's how I was able now to log in, because for the first time when I actually went here and tried my admin credentials, they weren't working. So of course we can now also change the UI. So this is the main UI of the VROPS Operations Manager. We got like local users, and again I'm using admin here. And if you log in here to the main UI, not to the admin account, you will be able to configure the rest of the vRealize Operations Manager. So congratulations on setting up vRealize Operations Manager. You have to complete this configuration in order for everything to work as it should. So let's go through here. So next, we're gonna accept. Okay, we go with the product evaluation for now. Not gonna join this. Next and finish. So here we go. We are in our vRealize operations. Okay, let's check about. As you can see, this is version 8.1. Okay, version 8.1. If you would like to change, let's go out of here. If you would like to change your vRealize Operations Manager password, let's say you would like to change the this password for admin account. So if you would like to change the password for the admin account, you will need to, of course, connect with PowerShell. So if you have SSH opened, you can of course do it and connect to your VROPS. And then you can of course change the main password, the main admin password. I got it here, how to actually change it. So first of all, you will need to change the directory. And then after this, you will need to go with this reset password. So basically it looks like this, right? So you need to go to this directory, into bin, and then you need to use the Python script for a VROPS set admin password. And then after applying this, you can push enter, and then it asks you for a new password, which I'm gonna provide now. And the password has been reset, so now I'm gonna log in with my new password. And there we go. So we got here, as I have actually entered the admin panel, we got here of course the system status. We got software updates where you can actually install an update to your vRealize Manager, to your VROPS. You can just install it from a browsing. So you can just give a package, because browse your file system to select the pack file. So we're gonna try to do it in a moment. Support, administration settings, so changing the current administrator password, password recovery settings, if you want to have something like that. I'll get out of here for now. Let's change to UE. And again, admin. Of course, if you forget the password, and I don't know, you entered your password incorrectly like a few times, like let's say I think after 3 times it blocks your password here. So you can quite easily reset the password the same way I showed you. Just need to go to PowerShell, connect you to your VROPS, and if you look on the internet, there's like a special line that you need to just paste, and then you can actually go to a config file that is holding all the failed attempts of your login. You just need to scratch this one line from this config file. So basically you need to delete the line that says that you had like 3 failed or 4 failed attempts. You need to save the file using V, because there is no nano here, so there is only V. And you need to reboot everything. After that, you again will be able to log in like 3 times and try at least try to log in. If it goes to actually changing your root password, if you want to change the root password of your VROPS operations manager, because like I said before, I had problems with my root password and my admin account. So you cannot change admin account password if you don't have the root password. You wouldn't be able to use PowerShell and connect to root if you don't know the password, or the password is not working. So if you want to change your root password for VROPS, you can always check here. It's pretty straightforward. You just need to actually load everything from the scratch. You need to load VROPS from the scratch, and while it's loading you need to press E on the keyboard, and you should be greeted with the grab screen, and then at the end you need to rewrite init bin bash. Then you need to use F10 to save the changes, and then it's gonna show you the root screen, something like this. Then you need to, of course, change the root password, so you need to input here passwd. Then you will give two times the new password for your root account, and then you need to reboot everything. So after that you should be able to log into your root account to VROPS. Okay. So let's log out of here for now. And since I have actually prepared updates for VROPS, because I not only wanted to show you how you can install the vRealize Operations Manager, but it would be also handy to upgrade it, right? Because this is version 8.1, which is old and outdated. So and probably full of bugs as well. So let's go to admin account, admin panel, this password. So as you can see, my cluster wasn't added, so that's why it's not appearing here, because I haven't finished everything as I should. Because you need to add in the vRealize operations in the UI, not here in admin, but in the UI you need to add your vCenter server, so it's gonna be seen by your vOperations manager, and then you can finish adding the nodes. But I'm gonna leave this, because for now I'm gonna be more interested in something else actually. So we got like install software update, right? So we can browse for a pack. I'm gonna go on the desktop, there is nothing here, so I will need to actually maybe let's try to put everything here. Okay, so I have the first pack that I wanted to show you. So we are gonna try to upgrade from version 8.1 to 8.6. We're gonna browse here. Let's go to desktop. We're gonna choose the pack, open it. Yes. We're gonna upload. So just bear in mind that updating all of this is only possible through the admin panel. So you won't be able to do it with your UI panel. You need to log in with the admin panel. And it's almost done. Version 8.1 of VROPS doesn't have additional things like administrative automation, I think. Well, it's missing quite a lot of different things that were added later on, which allow you to automate different tasks. For example, let's say you want to remove your snapshots and you want to configure removing your snapshots from your virtual machines every 2 days, so you can do it with VROPS if you have upgraded to the newest version, because it has this feature. You can just schedule a task that will automatically clear all the snapshots from those virtual machines that you are gonna point out. Okay, so it's gonna take a while, so I'm gonna just leave it here. I'm gonna unpause the video when it's done. Okay, so as you can see, the package has been updated, uploaded, and it's ready to be commenced. The file signature is valid. The update will restart the cluster for the entirety of the update. So let's go. Let's click next. Okay, so let's accept the terms. Then next. Go down. Next. And we are ready to install the software update, so let's commence with the installation. Of course, I will be back. So it's not available. You will be redirected when the service is available, right? So let's check our. So for now, it's probably installing the update. So I'm just gonna leave it for a while. Needs a minute, as you can see. And I'm gonna go back here and show you the results. Okay, so we're back. As you can see, the admin panel has restarted. Let's try logging in. And well, as you can see, we have here version 8.6. So here everything has been actually upgraded.